This is Rack Noble from Boxing UK. I'm here with the main man of the promotion right about now, Dev Sahni. Dev, it seems like you're running a show these days. How's it going?
I'm just having fun, mate, to be honest. It's going all right. We're at the top of the BT Tower, right? And it's spinning. As you well know, it is spinning around. It's revolving sort of around London. And I'm a bit dizzy. And as you said, you may well throw up during this interview. I also may throw up during this interview. So either way, this interview is going to be sick.
Pun potentially intended. Hopefully not, but potentially intended. So of course, it's a top heavyweight clash. ZHANG versus JOYCE. It's a fight that neither man needs to take, but they're doing it for their careers, they're doing it for the fans, and it's quite a spectacle for BT.
Yeah, look, neither man needed to take it, and neither man can lose it. It could be the end of ZHANG if he loses this fight. He's turning 40 very, very soon. That's why he's taking dangerous fights. JOYCE 37, you know, the clock is ticking on both of them. That's why they are throwing themselves right in at the deep end with the highest possible available level of competition. And it just makes for fireworks. It feels a little bit like a loser leaves town match. Could you imagine if JOYCE lost this at this stage? You know, where he's mandatory for a world title, where the public have all got behind him at this point. Boxing snakes and ladders, which is what JOYCE says as well. This is a huge snake if he falls down it, and the same for ZHANG. The snake for him, depending on his performance, could end up all the way down the bottom.
Now, of course, it's been a month for the heavyweights because, of course, Anthony Joshua made his comeback fight earlier on this month. Dubois potentially is going to verse USYK in the next couple of months. Of course, there's lots of talks around Dubois USYK. Many people say it might be a bit too early for Daniel Dubois, and you've actually agreed on that. What's your thoughts, because you don't believe?
No, I don't agree it's too early for Daniel Dubois. I think a lot of people want him to be injured, and he's not. I think a lot of people are wanting him to not be in a position to accept this fight. He wants to take the fight, so he's good to go. And yeah, look, I was doing an interview yesterday with people. Someone said to me, "Oh, people online are saying he shouldn't take the fight." Of course he should. In what world do you get a shot at 3 of the 4 belts against a guy who's 10 years older than you, against a guy who's smaller than you? You make the most money you've ever made in your career. Why would you say no to that fight? I don't understand the thinking behind some people. And do you know where that thinking comes from? Just like setting ceilings for yourself. And that's what a lot of these guys, you know, these kind of trolls, these haters, they set ceilings. But Daniel Dubois doesn't have ceilings. Do you think he's sitting on Twitter, right, looking through, going, "Oh my God, Dave 447 thinks I'm not ready to fight Usyk. I might as well pull out." He's not thinking about Dave 447, 448, or 449. He's thinking about Alexander Usyk. He's thinking about knocking him out, and he thinks he will.
Of course, it's a mammoth. We can both agree it's a mammoth task.
Yeah.
Can he do it? Do you believe he can do it?
There is a route to victory for him. I'm not out here. This isn't my Yard for Turbiev energy where I was fully invested. I really believed Anthony Yard was going to knock out Turbiev and win. With this one, all I'm doing is making a case for Daniel Dubois as to why he should take the fight, which he absolutely should, and how he can win the fight. And how he can win is because he's not going to be scared in those exchanges. He's going to back himself in those exchanges. Sometimes he's a bit reckless. So I'm sure Shane will make sure he's not too reckless, but he hits very, very hard. He's got youth on his side. He's got size. He's got power. And when you've got those sorts of advantages heading into a fight, your biggest fight for all the belts, it's not something you shy away from at all. Because if you say no to this now, what are you in the game for? He's been boxing since he was a kid. He's been boxing since he was a small child, and now he's got his chance at 25 years old. Why would you say no to that, honestly?
And of course, well, just continuation on from that, Dubois versus Usyk could potentially be some point in the summer after the counterpart to the Queensbury heavyweight puzzle. Tyson Fury talked of him fighting in the Middle East at the end of the year. Now, of course, on Twitter, a lot of he say, she say. There's going to be a tournament, Wilder, AJ, Usyk. How much of that have you heard from the professional side of things?
Nothing, mate. I think with all these sort of like Saudi stories and whispers and stuff, I'd rather just wait until there's something solid, because there's so much smoke, there's so much talk in boxing. I think we should just like have a look at what is actually on, what is actually scheduled, what fights have been ordered, what's meant to be happening. What's meant to be happening is, what's definitely happening is JOYCE and ZHANG on Saturday. That's a fight that you've got. We've got it. It's on BT Sport. I can't wait for it. Everything else is just, it may happen, it may not. As boxing fans, we're a bit bitten and shy by this point, surely. Wait till something's made, celebrate it then. But until then, I don't know. It's difficult to follow.
Talking of a fight that potentially maybe is signed or is in the works, Tommy Fury is going in one direction. You like what I did there?
Yeah, I did like that. Look, he is going in one direction. I don't think that's anything to do with him. I don't think he's fighting Liam Payne. Liam Payne would be in a world of pain if that was the case. Is like that?
We're doing the puns, are we? That's what we're doing.
Yeah, no idea, mate. Just saw it pop up on Instagram. Thought that's interesting. Gave it a double tap. Kept scrolling.
So you can confirm that Queensbury have nothing to do with that?
Personally, I don't know. You'd have to ask George or Frank, but that's not a fight. He's not having a fight with Liam Payne. Yeah, I think it's like Soccer Aid or something like that. I think, but I don't know.
Well, in this day and age, you never know. Of course, Jake Paul has also announced a fight. He'll be fighting Nate Diaz, so he's gone back to the MMA route, MMA path of career developing.
Yeah, great. Is that an MMA fight?
Nate Diaz.
Yeah, but is it a fight in boxing or
no,
an
it's
MMA?
a boxing fight, but he's fighting an MMA fight. Yeah,
that's a big fight. I will watch that. 100%. I'll be all over that. Nate Diaz is one of the best characters in all of sports. So yeah, him sticking his middle finger up in front of Jake Paul and Jake Paul, acting or maybe going in his shell a bit, will be very good fun. So I'm all over that.
And just on course, onto the brother, Mr. Tyson Fury. He's going to be doing a little tour around the world. Got a trip in Thailand, I see. A stop off in Thailand.
You know more than me, mate. I don't know about any trip in Thailand or anything, but yeah.
I saw a poster. Am I being fooled by Twitter again?
I don't know. Honestly, there's so much rubbish on Twitter. I don't know. I can't keep up. If you think Tyson's going to do a tour or something, I would imagine he'd post it on his Instagram. That'd probably be the place to find it, because he'd want people to go. So I don't know.
There's a lot in the world of Twitter, a lot that we can account for, but even more that we can't account for.
There's a load of nonsense out there, mate. Boxing Twitter is a load of nonsense most of the time, but it's good fun.
Do you know what, that last bit, it's a load of nonsense, but it's brilliant fun.
Yeah, it kind of is, really, isn't it? It keeps everyone entertained, keeps everyone engaged, and a lot of the time lies to everyone as well.
And just to end off, what are your predictions for Saturday's fight, the Big Bang versus the Big Joe?
I'll tell you after the weigh-in, because... And I'll tell you why. When Artur Beterbiev came over, all week, all I was talking about in interviews was Yarder's going to knock him out. And do you know what sort of interviews Artur Beterbiev gave me? One word, very cold. Wasn't interested. So I want to save my prediction till after I've interviewed ZHANG for the final time, which will probably be at the weigh-in tomorrow.
Cool. No problem. Thank you for your time. Right. Until the next one.
Till the next one. All right, mate.
Thanks.